The algorithmic thinking that powers our computers today would have had a much longer, richer history to draw upon, potentially leading to a form of computation we can't even imagine. This scientific and technological dominance would naturally reshape society and culture. In a world where the intellectual center remains in the Middle East, cities like Baghdad, Cairo, and Granada would be the global metropolises, drawing scholars, artists, and merchants from every corner of the earth. These would be true melting pots, far more diverse and cosmopolitan than any city in our timeline's medieval or Renaissance Europe. The values of intellectual curiosity, tolerance, and patronage of the arts and sciences would be seen as the cornerstones of a successful society. What about social structures? The Islamic Golden Age had a relatively high degree of social mobility, and while not a modern democracy, it had complex legal systems that granted rights to citizens. The role of women in this alternate history is particularly interesting. While it was still a patriarchal society, women in the Golden Age had rights to property, inheritance, and education that were often unheard of in contemporary Europe. With continued progress, we might have seen a much earlier movement for women's rights and greater participation in public and intellectual life. Culturally, the influence would be immense. Arabic would likely be the global language of science and diplomacy, much like English is today. Architectural styles, blending Persian, Byzantine, and Arab aesthetics would influence buildings worldwide. The art, music, and literature of the Islamic world would be the dominant global culture. Imagine a world where the epic poems of Rumi or the tales of 1001 Nights are as foundational to global culture as Shakespeare.